So we're talking about this amazing piece, Index 1, The Rebirth.
Yes.
Yeah, so for folks who do not know about this show, Index 1, of course, it's The Rebirth. It's aired before. Maybe in your cab, you're going to kick off the conversation. Tell folks what it's about.
All right. So Index 1, first, is a show inspired by my life. But aside from that, really, it's about how, as a dreamer, you know, when you're a kid, you have so many ambitions, and you think you're going to retire by 35 and you'll have figured it all out.
So that's me. Wow. Anyway, proceed.
And now you're 35 and you're like,
I'm just getting started.
You're just getting started. You know, when you thought 40 was old, and you're like, wow, life actually begins at 40.
Yeah.
And so it really is just that, asking people, what is that thing that you wanted to be when you were a young person? And did you actualize your dream? If you did not, what happened along the way? Is there a chance for you to reclaim a career or a passion that you had when you were young? And it was also based on the poem Dreams Deferred by Langston Hughes. And it basically questions and asks, what's that thing that happens to a dream deferred?
Yeah.
Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or does it fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat, or does it crust and sugar over like syrupy sweet?
Nice.
Does it sag like a heavy load? Maybe it just explodes, you know? And the first time we saw this poem in the writer's room, we were like, oh my God, I was just there complaining to Nice. Yeah, this is how I feel about my life. I just feel like my life is sad. And
so that's what you were going through at that particular moment?
Yeah, and I was like, I was supposed to be like, outside doing it in Broadway and like West End and, in the big leagues. Supposed to be shooting somewhere in South Africa and shit like that and stuff like that, right?
It's okay.
And then, and I remember Nice kept on saying, no, maybe, it's a dream redirected. I'm like, yeah, girl, you can say all you want, but nah, there's no way that is happening. But then I had a conversation with a Gen Z kid, and he was just like, yeah, that's not what I got from this dream. Because I was like, you see it's saying, does it stink like rotten meat? Namanisha, your dream imezeeka tu.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be.
It's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, but you see, a raisin, when it dries up in the sun, it becomes sweeter.
Oh, interesting.
So maybe it's not a bad thing.
So when was this conversation between you and Nice? When you guys were just meditating, just chilling?
I think 2 years ago, isn't
2
it?
years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. Because initially, Index 1 was... I know the first run was big, but the initial dream was a whole extravaganza. I call it that. It was